Hello and good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining. Welcome to my live. Hello, good afternoon, good morning to some of you, good evening to some of you. How is everyone? How is everyone? Very interesting title, isn't it, for this video? Very interesting title. Write yourself a love letter. Write yourself a love letter. We will be doing pendulum yes or no questions after. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm good. Hope you're well. My little Bubba, she's sleeping. Aaliyah said, hello, family. Hello, family. What's happening, family? Yeah, she's calm right now. She ate. She did her boo-boo walk. Hello, hello. So I'm trying to raise money to get my bathroom painted. It's a very small bathroom. It's a very small bathroom, but it needs a lot of work. It has a lot of, it's got holes and paint chipping and all that stuff. So there's a man that paints in my complex who is willing to do it, and he buys the paint and does all of it. So I know it's going to cost me close to $500, which I guess isn't a lot because there is a lot to do. There's a lot of spackling and repair work. The ceiling had had a leak previously from upstairs. It was never completely fixed. The leaking was fixed, but not the ceiling of it. And my daughter's coming home for Christmas, and I don't want the bathroom to look like it does. It's actually embarrassing because if I have company come over, I'm embarrassed for them to use my bathroom because it just looks awful. It's clean, it just looks awful. So I'm praying that I'll be able to make enough money, especially with working soon. So I'm going to try to do more and more things on YouTube to try to earn the money. So to kind of be an even exchange, I'll give what I have to you and you give the cost of it to me, and that's what I'll use to try to save up to get my bathroom done. I miss Daisy. So questions are 4444. Lindsay, questions will be 4444. Mini reads will be 6666. Pendulum will be 25. And that gives you 2 yes or no. So one question is 44, 44. One question, 44, 44. A mini mini, a mini mini is 66, 66. And a yet two yes or no's with the pendulum is 25. Yes, you can. If you can pay now, you can do the pendulum now. But you have to pay now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Two questions, two yes or no questions. Be careful. Make sure they are yes or no questions. So yes, you can do the pendulum now. Cash App, okay. I will confirm with you. And then we will do your pendulum questions. Yes. Okay, you got it. Okay, well, you said now. I thought you meant right now. Okay, 7 minutes, no problem. No problem. Lindsay, make sure you write next to the two yes or no pendulum, $25. Yeah, there you have it right on the first one, yeah. I got it. I think I got it. Thank you. Perfect, Lindsay. Thank you. Teresa, fine. How you doing? I am saving up to get my bathroom painted because it looks terrible. I don't want, even if company comes, I don't like them to use my bathroom because it's cleaned. It just doesn't look nice because of the walls. So I'm saving and working on trying to make money for that, amongst other things. I don't start work until the 20th at the hospital. So I'm glad I started virtual hospital. That'll be nice. So we are doing either two pendulum questions, a mini read. What was the other thing? Two yes or no pendulums. One question or a mini. Me too. It's been a long time. I hope they like me there. A little nervous. A little nervous going in being old and a little nervous. Yeah, I'm glad I'll have the health benefits too. I need that desperately. Thank you, Lindsay. That's okay, Lindsay. Thank you so much. I appreciate anything that you do. Appreciate anything you do. Lindsay, you can ask two yes or no questions for the pendulum. So why don't you type your question real quick before Miss Daisy comes back? Uh, Thanks, Tammy, but I'm almost 60. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there. Thanks, Lindsay. You'll have yours soon, too. Lindsay, ask a yes or no question, please. Lindsay, type your yes or no question. Thank you, Teresa. Hi, Kimby. Hi, hun. How you doing, sweetie? Will you get the illustrator job? Will she get the job she did the exam for, yes or no? Will she get the job she did the exam for, yes or no? Will she get the job she did the exam for, yes or no? Will she get the job she did the exam for? Yeah, it's saying yes, Lindsay. It's saying yes, Lindsay. All right, Tammy. Lindsay, you got a second question? Michelle Harris. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? We have the same last name. Lindsay, type your second question. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Kimby. You have another question, Lindsay? Perhaps about Ronald? Oh, okay. She said, oh, booger. Yeah, did you had it done already? One moment, Miss Daisy. One moment. Is your cousin Karen upset with me on any level? Is Karen upset with Lindsay on any level? Is Karen upset with Lindsay on any level? The answer is no. Okay, Miss Daisy, type your questions, please. You sent the payment through Cash App, correct? Thank you. So it is $25 for 2 questions. Make sure we're clear. Please type your question. Hi, Tracy Trace. What's up, baby? What's up, beautiful? What are you doing? You see you in the kitchen? You buy a refrigerator, Tracy? Does Vladimir miss Miss Daisy? Does Vladimir miss Miss Daisy? Is he missing her? Is he missing her? Is he missing her? The answer is yes, Miss Daisy. It is yes. Thank you, Miss Daisy. Second question. The answer is yes, Miss Daisy. Moderators, please type for Miss Daisy that the answer was yes, he misses her. It's okay. Maybe the timing is off, Lindsay. Lindsay, please type for Miss Daisy that yes, he is missing her. Will you ever hear from him? Will Miss Daisy ever hear from Vladimir? Will she ever hear from him? The answer is right away yes. Yes, you will hear from him. Oh, in December, Michelle. Okay. It says yes. It says yes, Miss Daisy, you will hear from him. It might not be right away, but you will hear from him. He hasn't forgotten you. He thinks about you all the time. He's missing you. It's obvious that he's missing you. Yeah, of course he does. He's got a lot on his mind. He's going through a lot of things. Perhaps you should get a mini mini. Perhaps you should get a mini mini to get the answers more that you're searching for. Because you still have some questions. So perhaps you should get a mini mini. because your definition of what somebody does when they care versus what his definition is, two different things. Two different things, Miss Daisy. If you'd like something more in depth, you can get a mini mini done. A mini mini is 6666. If you'd like some more answers, you can get a mini mini. Anna, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you for joining, Anna. So we are doing yes or no questions. Pendulum, 2 for $25. One question, in-depth answer for $44.44. Okay, you let me know when, Miss Daisy. I'll be available. Private readings are $165. That's a lot more time, a lot more energy, a lot more answers. My regular minis are $88.88, and my mini minis are $66.66. Yes, Lindsay, absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys, you saw that the title of this video. I knew Miss Daisy was limited on her time today, so instead of doing the questions and stuff at the end, I chose to take care of her now since it was important for her. So back to writing yourself a love letter. For those of you in the room, understand that those words that you've been longing to hear from someone else, the gratification, the acceptance, the approval, the appreciation, all could come to you through your own love letter. A lot of you have not taken that time out to thank yourself for pushing through, to thank yourself for trying again, over and over, to pat yourself on the back, so to speak. A lot of you have been through so much. Some of you, it's with a family member. Some of you, it's through your own things that you've had to work through, sort through, go through, survive through. For some of you, it's your health. For some of you, it's your emotional or mental health. For some of you, it could be, yes, your physical health. But for a lot of you, even dealing with one of those categories and putting a broken heart on top of that makes things 10 times worse to be able to deal with. Writing yourself a love letter is so important. And it's funny, but by the time you finish writing it and you read it again, it's going to bring the tears to your eyes. Take that letter and put it away somewhere, like perhaps by your bed, in your nightstand. Pull it out when you're feeling lonely, when you're feeling as if nobody cares, when you're feeling like you wish you had somebody with you. Pull it out to remind you of all the good things you've done, of all the places either that you've been or the places that you've wanted to go, all the things that you've survived, things that you thought in the past would have killed you, and yet you're still here. For some of you, there were moments where you thought about taking your own life. And if you look where you're at right now, you're not in that dark place anymore. You pulled yourself out of it. You did a great job. You pulled yourself out of it. Thank you, Abby. I'm glad he does, because I love him very much. You know, nothing in this world can be done by yourself. God is behind all of it. And I am not here to preach to you or make you believe in something. I'm here to tell you that God always, always loves you. And He's always with you. There's times where you may feel like you're alone and He's not there or He's not listening, but He hears you. It is in God's timing that many things will come through. Love you too, Susan. For some of you, it's easy to get depressed. It's easy to look at the negative. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to lose your patience with people. But God's plan was never about us just worshiping Him. I think He said to follow and recognize that He's the Father, that He's there to help. See Him as such, as this energy that is outside of yourself that makes you so strong. When you don't know where that extra strength comes from, sometimes when you're like, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And you do. That wasn't you. That was God helping you and pushing you to be able to do it, to get there, to make it. That was God, the one who decided to help you to give a second chance to somebody or to give yourself a second chance. If we believed in ourselves the way God does, the way He believes in us, we wouldn't settle for less in relationships, in jobs, in any situation. If we loved ourselves enough, we wouldn't allow people to talk to us or treat us or dismiss us in the mannerisms that they do. So yes, Anna, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. But you can't just talk about being a Christian. You can't just preach it to people. I myself, I'm a human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect by far. I never will be. Because if I was, I wouldn't be part of this arrangement down here. I'd be up in heaven. But in order to show your love for God is trying to live in a godlike way. Trying not to judge people. Trying not to hate people, argue with people, fight with people. Because where there's love, there is no room for hate. There's no room for hate. And Teresa, that's the key word right there, is being grateful for everything that you do have. Sometimes we're so focused on, I wish I had, I don't have. Sometimes we get ourselves so upset and so depressed, focusing on the shit we don't have. We forget to be grateful for what we do have. Don't you remember whenever you had a cold or virus or flu and you were laying in bed, you couldn't even barely make it to the bathroom? Well, today may not be that day. Today may be the day you woke up right from your bed, you got up, you walked in the bathroom, you went into the kitchen, you took your shower, you got dressed or whatever. You did it all without effort. You did it all so naturally. So it's really important. It's really important to start your day, including tomorrow, Michelle Harris, including tomorrow, starting your day off the minute your eyes wake up and open by being grateful. Grateful for your bed, grateful for your pillow, grateful for the sleep you had, grateful for the air in your lungs, grateful for your mind that you can think, grateful for your eyes that you can see, grateful for the people around you, even grateful for the lessons that you're going through. Setting good intentions is all about positive affirmations. It's about believing in what you're saying. A lot of people say, well, I try to manifest and it's not working. Oh, because it didn't happen like that. Oh, maybe you're having doubts behind your manifestation. Maybe you're not believing what you're saying. Maybe you're so used to the negative outcome that that's what you keep expecting. And if you're not truly believing, living in that dream, that thought, that manifestation that you're creating, if you're not in it and believe that you already have it, it'll never come. So that's kind of what you do, Michelle, for your 1111. It's about what you do. All right, so besides writing yourself a love letter, like I said in the beginning, which is so important, again, to love yourself so much that you would write yourself a letter to show how much you appreciate and acknowledge who you are, what you stand for, what you do, what you've been through, where you're going, and how you plan to get there. It's really important to write that. It is also important to write letters of forgiveness to people. And just because you forgive them doesn't mean you have to go be with them. It doesn't mean you have to talk to them. It doesn't mean you have to do anything with them. You write that letter of forgiveness, and then you roll that letter up and you burn that letter. You burn it. And you do it outside. You don't do it in your house because that paper will flame up and cause you a fire. So do it outside when it's not really windy and let it burn. Let it burn all the way through. Forgive anybody who's hurt you. You can make a list. If there's several people who have hurt you, you can make a list and break those chains that bind you, those chains that hold you down, those chains that don't let you continue to be who you are. Don't believe what somebody's told you about you. I always say, just the same way as Bucky Man the medium, he says it all the time, is that if they ain't financially supporting you, and if they ain't feeding you, and if they ain't fucking you, then their opinion don't matter. Period. At the end of the day. Period. So, believe it. Believe it. The only thing that matters is that you're doing exactly what you need to do with a good conscience, with good intentions, and taking care of you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to bed with you. Regardless, even if you have a partner, I don't care. But you're going to bed with you. You have to be comfortable with who you are in your own skin. And for some of you, like I said before, if you got to catch the video, if you didn't, oh well. But I told you, sometimes people want to come across to you that they're this, that, and the other thing. That you should take a chance on them. You should take a risk with them. But salt and sugar look exactly the same. Until you taste it, you won't know the difference. So be careful. Be careful, because maybe you don't know if you're actually dealing with salt or if you're dealing with sugar. All right? So be careful. Be careful. All right. Writing a love letter is to make you feel worthy. Worthy of love. To make you appreciate yourself. Only you know all the good things you've done. Every time you've done a good deed, you didn't turn around and say, hey, Mary, hey, Michael, hey, Stephen, hey, Sharon, guess what I did today? I did this good deed for this older lady. And I wanted her to be so happy. Everybody doesn't do that on every single thing that they do. We do things without others knowing all the time. The other day, I didn't have $100 to spare. I didn't. I really didn't. I don't work. I really didn't. But there was this guy, his name is Frankie Pun, and he is on TikTok. And he is a veteran, and he was held captive in a Turkish prison, and it is on Google. You can search it and look it up. So I did. He was left chained up for 2 years. Our government never went and got him. They kept saying they were going to, kept saying they had these plans, and it never happened. 2 years. He laid on a floor where there were scorpions and everything else. He was beaten. All kind of stuff happened to him. He now is out. And it was funny, he was talking about it on the live that all he had to get these people in this Turkish prison was a colored printer and something else, and they let him go. But then why didn't they tell him that 2 years ago that that's all he needed and he could have got out? So he has this beautiful dog named Frankie. It's a German Shepherd, but it is trained to use your body weight and take you down if anybody gets close to him or near him. He has a lot of issues, PTSD, etc., where a lot of people around him make him uncomfortable. He doesn't trust the police. He doesn't trust the government. He doesn't trust anybody because they left him there. They kept telling him they were going to save him and rescue him, and he was the only one that was left there. So I understand why he doesn't trust. Anyway, he decided to put together piece by piece because he lives on SSI, I suppose. He doesn't have a whole lot of money. It's a one-bedroom small place. Doesn't even have a kitchen table. But he found a fish tank. I don't know where he got that from, but he's putting a plaque up on the wall with 50 different names. So he'll put my father's name up there, that my father was in the Navy and the Marines, and he'll donate any donation at all. He will put, I think it's any donation. I think it's $25 or so. I forget. Maybe it's $50 donation. And he's got the plaque he ordered, and he's going to put on there, each nameplate will have the person's name who you want to dedicate that $50 to, and that will help with the upkeep of this fish tank. The fish tank is for him, to keep him calm and relaxed, because again, he has terrible nightmares. He only sleeps a few hours a night. He goes to bed, I think he said, like 7 o'clock at night, because he wants to sleep while everybody's awake, and then he wakes up early in the morning, like 3, 4 in the morning. So he's not around a lot of people. He seems very, very nice, very kind. He's not a mean man, I guess, unless you provoked him. Um, but anyway, so I sent him $100, and I wanted it because I wanted him to get his dog a toy or a treat, and I sent the $50 for my dad's name. And I don't know if he needed to buy food or whatever. Doesn't seem like he has a whole lot. So I felt really bad for him, so I sent him the money, even though I didn't have it. And then I turn around, and even though I knew I was going to have to struggle a little bit, I trusted. I trusted in my higher power. And I gave that to him, and he was so grateful and said he would put my father's name on there. And then Moon sent me a donation, the same amount that I just gave away. I, I, I mean, unexpectedly. I hadn't talked to Moon for weeks. And I only talked to her really on here, and one time off of here. And she said I just letting you know how much I love you and care about you. And I was like, what? Thinking she said that on the Cash App. I'm like, Moon, you have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah, very much. So anyway, so that's my story, to tell you how God works. How God works. You know, God works amazing ways. Who knew 12 years ago, when my daughter was in addiction, that she was going to have 32 overdoses and almost die 32 times. 32 times I grieved, thinking my daughter wasn't going to be here the next day. Can you imagine? being a mom and having somebody tell you that your daughter is here unconscious on a ventilator and she's not going to make it to the morning. It looks like you better get here. 32 different phone calls. I couldn't, I, today, I couldn't fathom the idea that I could survive somebody telling me that. It's heartbreaking when you know you sacrificed everything you had, and I mean everything you had, to raise that child, to prepare that child, to take care of that child. And because of one moment, making a bad choice or decision to try something that ended up getting her hooked from the first try. Like she'll tell you, she only was going to try it. She didn't plan to stay with it. It was supposed to be a one-time thing. She didn't know enough about the drug to know that some people, depending on your personality, have an addictive personality, will be hooked from the first try. It made her hate herself. It made her not want to live. It made her give up. It made her think she wasn't good enough. I never understood it. For years, I didn't understand it. I just always said, why can't you just quit? Why can't you just quit? But that's like me being fat. My doctor telling me for years, lose weight, lose weight. Cholesterol's high, triglycerides high, lose weight. I didn't make that choice either. Perhaps the apple didn't fall far from the tree, because I didn't make the right choice either. In 2022 of June 8th, I had my heart attack due to high triglycerides and cholesterol levels and being overweight. So I can't really point the finger when I need to point it at myself. We can find 1,000 excuses why we do things, why we don't do things, why we need to do certain things, why we don't need to do them. We can always come up with a crutch reason, right? But at the end of the day, the only person you're really hurting is yourself. You'll get away with something for so long, and eventually, whatever goes on in the dark comes out in the light, one way or the other. So like I said, it's really important to write yourself a love letter. A letter for things that you survived. A letter about things that maybe you fear. A letter of things about when your strength showed up, when you didn't even know you had any left. Life is exactly what you make it. Everybody's so busy looking and trying to live that happy life. But having a happy life is broken down, like Abraham Hicks said. I put it in the community chat. A whole bunch of little happy moments, little happy memories that you make. Something that you do that just makes you laugh or smile. Those little happy moments is what adds up to a happy life. So instead of looking for that one whole big piece and say, I just want this whole big piece of a happy life, doesn't exist like that. A happy life is enjoying those little moments that make you happy and having a whole bunch of them, which will equal a happy life. Don't get it in your head that a happy life is being rich and having all the stuff that you want and going all the places that you want to go. Because I guarantee you, I promise you, if you had all the money in the world, I promise you this. If you were the richest person in the world, you can go where you want, do what you want. All that wealth can't buy you love. It can buy you sex. It can buy you time. It can buy you somebody's body to be near you. It can. But it can't buy time. It can't buy health. It can't buy love. It can't buy precious moments. It can't buy memories. And sitting next to a whole pile of money on the couch watching TV isn't going to make you happy. A lot of us say we just want to be comfortable. But even if you were made to be very comfortable financially, I could have all my bills paid. I wouldn't have to worry about working doubles. I wouldn't have to do this. I wouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't have to work 3 jobs. Maybe you're working those jobs because that exercise that you're getting is the only exercise that you would do. Because if you weren't having to do all them, you'd be sitting home and not moving and nothing circulating. There's a reason that you're on your path. There's a reason that you're where you're at. There's a reason that it's the way it is. There's a reason. Energy is quite unpredictable. Out of the blue, somebody can just decide to call you. Somebody who you haven't heard from in years. Somebody who you've forgotten about. But somebody who did not forget about you, and something triggers them, and automatically you come to their mind, and then they look in their phone or in their phone book, yeah, I still got their number, I'm going to call them. Shit happens all the time, every day, unexpectedly. If you wake up with that positive attitude, that I wonder what surprise will come for me today. And don't be disappointed if you didn't get one. It means tomorrow you wake up excited again. It's just the same feeling when you wake up on Christmas when you were a kid. Couldn't wait to go out and look under the tree. I couldn't wait to go to bed the night before. I'd be in bed 6 o'clock. I'm going to bed now, right after dinner. My parents would say, where are you going? So I'm going to bed. Now? I said, yeah, now. Faster I go to sleep, faster I wake up and Santa will be here. I was probably the best kid ever the night before Christmas, on Christmas Eve. My ass was in that bed. Done. Stole a couple cookies from Santa's plate. Brought them in my room. Listened for the reindeer. Listened to hear the bells. My dad would go outside because my bedroom window was on the back porch that was all enclosed. It was all enclosed out there, so it was a whole nother living space area, pot-belly stove, the whole 9 yards. Beautiful. TV. And my dad would shake those bells that sound like reindeer bells. He would shake them bells behind my bedroom window. And I remember him always telling me, if Santa sees you're awake, he's not going to leave your toys. Man, I closed my eyes so fast. I was trying to count sheep. I was going, one sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. I was trying to count so fast to make myself fall asleep. I still remember hearing those bells. I still remember them trying to create a memory for me. And 58 years later, I still got that memory. I couldn't buy that memory no matter where I went, no matter what I did. I'd never be able to buy that. That is priceless. So try to change your perspective on what really is defined as happiness for you. When you get my age, happiness is still being able to take care of myself. Not having to use a walker right yet. Knowing I can wake up every day and be grateful knowing that my daughter is still breathing today. After a million chances, she's still here. God definitely had a plan for her. I'm still here. I guess he had a plan for me too. And you're still here with me. You're still here with me. So I guess he's got a plan for you too. Maybe you were supposed to hear this today. Maybe today it helped to kind of recenter you, recenter your thoughts in your mind, and realize, yeah, shit can be hard. Sometimes we have things on our plate that we have to deal with on a basis that sometimes we wished we didn't. Sometimes we're just tired. Sometimes we don't want to do shit that we don't feel like doing, but we have to. But amen that we're able to do it, right? Amen that we're able to do it. So when you have to say something about, well, I have to go to work today. No, I get to go to work today. I get to go to work today. I get a chance to make somebody happy. I get a chance to change somebody's attitude. I get a chance to make somebody's day better today than it was yesterday. I get a chance to show somebody who I am and what I can do. So remember, don't phrase it that you have to do something. Phrase it more like, I get to do this. I get to clean my house today. But at least I have a house to clean, right? Apartment, condo, whatever you want to call it. But I get to do that. I get to walk my dog. As pain in the butt she can be. But the biggest part of my heart, she is as well. But I get to do that. I get to pay them credit card bills. So yeah, I get to do that too. But it's just the way life is. You gotta love everything that you can. And when I tell you that if you still have your parents around, I don't care if you get along or you don't get along. Imagine the day when they're not there anymore. This is nothing that I could make you feel. No matter what words I use, no matter how many times I say it, you'll never be able to understand it until you go through it. And when you lose them, and again, as big a pain in the ass as they can be, disagree as being, they can disagree 100 days a week, doesn't matter. When they're not here to disagree anymore, when they're not here to bother you anymore, when they're not here to get on your nerves anymore, when they're not here to ask you to do this and that, or telling you you should do this or you should do that, when they're not here to do that anymore, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. And you can't pick up that phone and call them. Or you can't go walk in the next room and hug them. When I tell you, you gotta listen. Because you're going to go through it one day. And I am sorry for you now. I will send you my condolences now. Because when you go through it, you don't know the pain until you've went through it. It's like when somebody has back surgery, knee surgery. Oh, the pain was so excruciating, but you don't know the pain unless you had that surgery. If I tell you how broke up I am about a heartbreak, a disappointment, a breakup, you can say, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. I feel really bad for you. Yep. But unless you went through one, not going to understand. Same thing like with my daughter's addiction. Unless I was an addict, I don't understand. I could try. As best as I can, I could try. But because I'm not an addict, I can't understand. Not fully. Not to that extent. So you guys, it's, yeah, right, Diamond? Yeah. But I'm telling you, you've got to make plans. When I was single parent with my daughter, I always figured, well, if something happened to me, my mom would watch her. Well, my daughter grew up, but my mom passed away, my dad passed away, my brother passed away, my grandmother passed away. And when I was going through all that stuff with my daughter, my family, most of them, not all of them, there were two people that stood by me and helped me to get through so much of it. And all the others, uh, addiction, they looked down on you. I wasn't the addict, but they looked down on me because my kid was. Oh, your kid's a druggie. Yeah, she's a druggie. Yeah. I never saw it like that. I never saw it like that. But you want, of course, to be able to talk to your parents. Go to them first when anything is wrong. And when you sit here and you only have these people to count on, and you have all these people that are right here in this room with me, nobody. So I don't know how many nights I sat here looking at the chairs, looking at the couch, wishing that my loved ones were sitting right there so I could tell them what was going on. But it's just an empty chair. Yes, their spirits are here with me. True. But it is not the same. Never will be. So trust me and believe me when I tell you, I don't care what the disagreement is about. I don't care what they said to you. I don't care how bad they get on your nerves. You only get one mama. You only get one daddy. And when they're gone, they're gone. Be sure that you take the time to make that phone call and just say, hey, you know what? I know I saw you earlier. I know I was over earlier. I know I stopped by yesterday, whatever. But I just want to make sure you know how much I really appreciate everything you did for me. How much sacrificing you made for me when I was a child. And that you did everything you could to give me the best life. I would make sure that I got to say all that to my parents. Because, yeah, I know they knew I was grateful and appreciative and respectful. But I never got to say it before they passed. So take the time. Shock them out of the blue. Say not for nothing and for no specific reason. I just need you to know that I'm so grateful that you gave me my life, that you brought me into this world, and that you're my mom or you're my dad. I'm so glad. Whether they understand you, whether they got dementia, it doesn't matter. Inside, they'll know what you're saying. They'll understand. Trust me and believe me. This is the most important message you'll ever get from my channel. It is. That's good. Nice, Kim. Yeah, nice. Make sure you get your recipes that you need from them. Sit down and talk to them. Make sure you know your history. Make sure you know their parents' names. Make sure you know their grandparents' names. Make sure you ask. I got nobody left to ask. I can't find out too much except through some of the like work that they do with ancestry and stuff, but I'd rather hear from them. I had the stories from my grandmother telling me about how she worked in a spring factory, or my grandmother's sister worked with tobacco leaves, like on a plantation type of thing. They talked about only African Americans or blacks being the ones that were the slaves. My aunt too was picking cotton, literally picking cotton. She's Italian, not white, but Italian. And then she picked tobacco leaves. You just never know. Hey, Gemma, nothing's wrong. Everything's actually very good. Yes, Tammy, you sent a reading. You sent a payment through Zelle. Okay, let me just make sure everything went through. Are you doing the 6666? Is that what you sent, Tammy? Oh, wow, that's awesome, Kim. All right, Tammy, let me check. Hold. So far, Tammy, it's not there. So I have to wait a few minutes until I see it show up. But it's not there yet. I don't know how many minutes ago you did it. It would usually go right away. You said Zelle, right? Through my bank. Through Zelle. I don't see it. Just have to wait another moment to see if it goes through. I'll check again. Wait a minute. Yeah. Make sure you put my right phone number. Make sure you didn't have a typo because it's not there. You better check it because it usually goes real fast. So Tammy, you might have typed the number wrong. It's the 609-733-2986. Check it out. Okay, Tammy, take your time. Lilac, okay, you're sending for yes or no pendulum. Yes or no pendulum, which is you get two yes or no for $25. Two yes or no for 25. Let me know once the payments are sent. Make sure you put the phone number in correctly. So yeah, I'm trying to save up. I have a man that's going to paint my bathroom next week, and I need to get the money up before then, so that's what I'm trying to do. Because my bathroom is hideous, and I need it just painted. I need to paint it. It's small. I probably could have tried to do it myself, but it's got to be spackled and all that stuff. Lilac, whenever you've made the payment, ask your question, type your two questions. Oh, I'm so sorry. Gosh, it probably feels like forever without him. What a sweet boy. So friendly. He just loved people. He loved to hear people. So, Lilac, when you're ready, please type your questions, your two questions. see. Spirit, am I going to like my new job? 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 Yes. Spirit, is my ex-boyfriend going to try to reach out to me? Is my ex-boyfriend going to try to reach out to me? No. Maybe that's a good thing. Oh. Okay, Lilac. Gotcha. Okay. Is the person that Lilac is connected to, are they going to contact her soon? Spirit, are they going to contact her soon? Yes or no? Are they going to contact her soon? Yes or no? Are they going to contact her soon? Yes or no? It is a yes. It is a yes. My job is a registrar, taking insurance information from people in the emergency room. It deducted correct PIN. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. It deducted correct PIN. You have to make sure my phone number was correct in there. I don't understand what that means. Thanks, Lindsay. Lilac, what's your second question? Did she type 2? Lilac? So the answer was yes, he is contacting you soon. Second question, Lilac. Thank you, Kim. Has he figured out who the problem is? Okay. For Lilac, has he figured out who the problem is? Has he figured out who the problem is? Oh, that was fast. That's a fast yes. That's a fast yes. Is he going to address that person? Is he going to address that person? Yeah. Uh-huh. He knows who it is, and he is going to address them. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, let me check again, Lindsay. I mean, Tammy. Sorry. I was looking at Lindsay's name. Hold on. Tammy, it's not there at all. It's not there at all. It's not there. There's no activity on my account at all. None. Zero activity, and the balance is still the same, so it didn't come through yet. You're welcome, Lilac. Yeah, it is about time, finally. You better call your bank. Call your bank, Tammy, because it's early. Call your bank. Ask them to check it, because it's not in my bank. Everybody else that sends it, it comes over in like seconds. So it's not there. Definitely call your bank. They took the money out of your bank to send it to me, and I don't have it. Yeah. I have nothing. Lilac, I didn't see yours. I didn't see yours either, Lilac. You sent to Zelle? You sent it to Zelle? I didn't see it. Let me look. I don't see it in the Zelle either. Did you send it to Zelle too, Lilac? Did you send it to Zelle? Because I'm going to have to call my bank. If that's the case, I'm going to have to call my bank. I'm going to call my bank real quick. Okay. All right. You guys stay on here. I'm going to... Okay. So I'm back. I'm back. Everybody here with me? I'm back. Hello? Everybody here? Lindsay? Everybody here? Okay. It's not the app itself. You didn't hear me talking when I was on here saying I'll be right back? You didn't hear me say I was going to check the phone? I'm using my phone to do this video, so I have to use this phone to make the phone calls. So that's why. Lilac, yours did not go through. My bank said to tell you to contact your banking information, please, and then resend it, please. Yours did not go through. It's not there. It's not pending. It's not anything. Tammy, your funds have not been cleared, so yours is pending also. So we have to wait to do yours. Probably till tomorrow is what they said, because yours shows there, but it doesn't show that it's cleared. So that's the biggest problem. It doesn't show that it's cleared. So I have to wait. I have to wait on that. All right. So that's kind of where we're at with all this right now. All right, Tammy. So I have to wait till tomorrow for everything to clear. That's what it's saying. And Lilac, if you could check that out for me and then take care of that, that'd be great. All right, you guys. Put towards the 300. Okay. Okay. I will let you know if it clears, Tammy. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the bank as we speak. They will let me know as soon as it clears. Thank you, Lilac. Thank you. All right, guys. So, anybody else? Anybody else purchasing? Anybody else purchasing any? Let me know. Hold on. All right. It's saying not complete yet. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm not sure. Not sure, folks. Not sure. Add a little bit of cayenne pepper to my food. Just a dash. It's raining out. It's a rain. Rainy day. It's a rainy day in Georgia, but I'm not in Georgia. Oh boy. That's all right, Lilac. I trust you. I know you'll take care of it. I know Timmy will take care of it. At least I know you guys, so that's cool. That's cool. And make sure Buttons has a couple little crunchies over on her plate, because she loves to snack. Look at Buttons' little bowl. Look at Buttons' little food bowl. That's her water bowl. That's her water bowl. And that's her little kibble bowl. And that's her extra water bowl. And there's her little snacks on the plate. She has a little doggy in the bottom of her water bowl. When she's drinking, she'll look at the doggy like, what? I'm making this is my cabbage and noodles. And I got cayenne pepper on there. It's just cabbage and noodles, which is my favorite. And I think I'm going to put a piece of, hold on guys. I'm going to put a piece of sausage in there. Heat up a piece of sausage real quick. When are you starting your new job? 11/20. On 11/20. Monday I got to do some paperwork, but I actually start 11/20. Uh-huh. I got to get some dress clothes. I don't have any dress clothes. So I got to get some dress clothes. Oh, boy. Yeah, I love cabbage and noodles. I just made cabbage and noodles, and I'm putting a couple little pieces of sausage in it to eat some sausage. A little bit of protein in there. Yeah, I'm excited to start. It's been a while since last May that I actually went to work. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, she has a cute bed. Let me show you her. Did you see her bed? I put her blankets on it during the day, but she has a little bed to lay out here. But her bed is here. That's her favorite blanket. There's her sweater I put on her for bed. And that's her bed under there. It's real fluffy and cozy. And I put it right over here next to my bed, unless she sleeps on my bed. A lot of times she'll sleep on my bed. So this is my bathroom I was talking about. I have to get painted. So you can't see the walls, like holes, 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 holes. That's the wall. Holes. Terrible. 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 That's where all the water leaked. Terrible. 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 So, anyway, this is the rest of it. Hello. This is it. Very small. Very small. Very small. Very small condo. Very small, but just enough for me. Just enough for me. Oh, thanks, Teresa. That's my kitchen. It's part of my kitchen. And Bubba. I keep my address written so that my grandson knows it in case he has to call 911. It's cold out. Alexa, what's the temperature outside? Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 48 degrees.
48 degrees.
Tonight, expect a low of 35 degrees.
It's going down to 35 degrees tonight. It says it's supposed to be 55, but it's not. It's 48, and it's going down to 35. All right, guys. Well, I guess nobody else has questions. I'm at lunch too, Leslie. I'm at lunch too, right now. Just getting ready to eat my lunch, so. Yeah, it is very cozy. Thank you, Teresa. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to eat my lunch. I got my big plate here, and look at my put sausage on top of it. So this is a big, big, big plate. So that'll be my lunch and my dinner because it's 2 o'clock. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be back on, and I'll see you guys later. All right.